Welcome, one of my Survivor besties and the only person that I know that knows more about Survivor with me. Followers, friends, fellow Survivor fans, welcome to the Queens of Ponderosa, where we do what, Taylor?
We outfit, outgay, and outslay every week.
I have chills. We outfit, outgay, outslay. Survivor is like the thing that connected you and me.
Most definitely.
Like, okay. So we're going to do an introduction episode. This is what this is. Like a trailer, help everyone know how we met, why we're doing the show, why we love Survivor. And our first time meeting, I think Survivor is one of the very first topics of conversation.
Oh, it absolutely was.
Yeah, it was in 2020, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just remember because we had an internship together at school and we couldn't like meet indoors or in person, was meeting weird. Like it was just weird. So we met outside, UVU grass. And how did it come up? Do you even remember?
I don't necessarily remember how it came up, but I remember like talking about the show with you and you saying, oh, I love that. That's like my favorite show. And then like jumping off of my like blanket and like hugging you. And I was like, this is my best friend.
Yes.
I was like, I've never met, I think it was because like I had never met anybody that had come anywhere close to my level of like obsession and fandom. Cause I had made like a comment about it and you were like, oh, I love Survivor. And then like.
Sorry, I just got a text.
No, you're okay.
I'm like, oops. Go ahead.
I remember like making some kind of comment about it where the average viewer would not like necessarily know what I was talking about. And you're like, oh yeah, I loved that season or whatever I said. And I'm like, this is a ride or die.
You're like, what did you just say to me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So my journey to Survivor before you, I didn't start watching Survivor until 2017. Which is crazy because I am late to the game, but not as late as all of the people now and a lot of people that are on the new era.
Oh yeah, these
who are
new
like,
era
oh, I
people.
started watching during COVID. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and I get it because it was on Netflix or something, right? They put like Kagayan and
they put a handful of seasons on Netflix during COVID. Correct.
So I got into it before COVID, and it's because one of my coworkers was Tori Herzog, and so she is Todd's sister, and he was the winner of China season 15. And so I worked at this place with her, and she brought up Survivor, and another girl was like, I love Survivor, da 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 da. And I was like, what's Survivor? And they both were like, what are you talking about, Alysha? Like, you would love this show. Like, people live outside and they do challenges and blah, blah, blah. You could win $1 million. And I was just like eating out of their hands. And then Tori, she's like, you should start with one of my favorite seasons. It's season 15.
Oh.
And my other coworker, Courtney, she was like, yeah, season 15 is so good. Like, start there. She did not say that her brother wins the show, which I'm so grateful for because, like, it didn't spoil it for me. Yeah. And I had that experience of, like, watching it and being like, oh, my gosh, what's going to happen? Like, anyway. And I love Todd. And Survivor has, like, ruined his life. But that's okay. We won't talk about that. Yeah. We won't talk about that.
Different episode.
Survivor has, like, been such a big part of our lives. But from the player's perspective, it could be different. Anyway, so I watched China, fell in love. And from that point forward, I watched I went back and watched every season at least once, a lot of them twice, and have been in love ever since. How did I have that much time on my hands?
The world may never know.
Well, I was in a lonely marriage, first of all.
Oh, that's the answer.
I was in a hard place, and I have nothing but love for my ex-husband. He loves Survivor as well, actually, so it was fun to watch some of it together. And he and some other people are just like, I don't get how you can watch and rewatch. But I'm like, you're not a Survivor queen.
The girls that get it.
They can't outfit, outgay, outslay.
Oh,
they don't understand.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I've just been obsessed with it since 2017, and I had a job where like I had 3 monitors. So one monitor was for work, the other monitor was homework, and the other monitor, Survivor. The entire time. And I clocked in at like, it was just after school at like 4. And some days I wouldn't clock out until like midnight because I had to work late. But I just had it going like constantly. And here we are. That's like basically the story to it.
8 years later,
here
we are.
How did you get into Survivor?
So my dad watched it, I think from basically the very beginning. And the first episode I saw, I was in 4th grade. So I was probably like 9 or 10 around that age. And it was Survivor Micronesia, Fans versus Favorites, which is, as some of our viewers may know, one of the greatest seasons of Survivor ever made. And the very first episode I ever saw was at the final 6, where Amanda is basically on the chopping block because Eric, the last man standing, has won immunity and the girls have to eat one of their own. And I remember being like, what is this? Like, what's going on? And this is the tribal where the Amanda Kimmel becomes the first woman to play a hidden immunity idol to save herself.
Oh my gosh.
And little old me was gagged. I was like, this is, without a doubt, the fiercest thing I've ever seen. And I instantly, literally, was obsessed with it. I remember this was in the time of like DVR. I don't really know if that's like much of a thing anymore because of streaming. But at the time, people would record episodes if they couldn't watch them live and watch them later. And my dad recorded Survivor every single week. And I remember watching those last 3 episodes of Micronesia over and over and over again.
Oh, that's so cute.
Because I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then from that day, I saw every episode live, with the exception of when I served my mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Missed those 4 seasons in there, but we caught up as soon as we got home.
What ones did you miss?
I was on my mission for the back half of 33.
Okay.
So Millennials versus Gen X, all of Game Changers, all of Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers, all of Ghost Island, and then most of David versus Goliath.
Oh, and David versus Goliath is one of my favorites.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. Like, I do kind of feel sad I didn't get to watch it live with everyone, but it made a great binge, of course. So yeah, then like I was a very resourceful child and was able to watch all of the previous seasons of Survivor on YouTube. Because at the time, there was an account, and I wish that I remembered the names so that I could shout the account out and say, whoever you are, love you to death. There was this account that had posted all of the old seasons of Survivor and chopped each episode up into 4 11-minute videos.
Okay.
And I watched every single season on YouTube. And so by the age of probably like 11, I had seen every season of Survivor that had aired at that point, and then I just watched everything.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I think Survivor for me was entertaining, of course. Like I think that's why everyone initially falls in love with it. Is like, what a concept to put all of these people that come from all different backgrounds into this high pressure situation and see what are they going to do for $1 million. But for me, it also was really special because I think that probably the first time I ever saw a gay person on TV was on Survivor. Like, I tell myself, like, oh, the first gay character I remember seeing on TV was Kurt Hummel on Glee. Because I think Glee started when I was maybe like 14 or 15. But if I really think about it, I'm like, I definitely saw like gay people on Survivor.
Survivor, yeah.
From the time I was really young. And I remember like that was kind of how I was able to like explore that side of myself because I grew up in a very conservative Mormon household and my parents are super cool now. But at the time I didn't know how they would react if I came out to them. And so Survivor has also been, in addition to this very entertaining part of my life that I look forward to every week, like a very like special part of my life where I got to kind of explore different walks of life and see how other gay men, gay women, gay people lived and like were honest and out about themselves, and it was very inspiring. And so that'll be like my sappy story when I apply for Survivor of like, Survivor helped me become the out confident gay man that I am.
Yes.
But yeah, then I've just been watching it ever since, and it's what I watched with my dad every single week. And for a long time, my dad and I didn't have a lot in common and still don't necessarily have a ton in common. But we always bonded over our love for Survivor every week. And I genuinely looked forward to used to be Thursday nights. Then they switched to Wednesday nights, sitting down, talking with him about it, getting super pumped up. I remember my first season where I picked the winner was season 19. Don't know how I picked Natalie White to be the winner of Survivor Samoa, especially with the edit she got. But I remember picking her, and when she won, I was like, this is the greatest feeling ever. I was like, I finally understand why people love, like, fantasy football. Yeah. Because I'm like, this is my fantasy football. My player just won against the biggest villain of all time.
We should do a draft this season.
We 100% need to do a draft.
We should like host that.
I already know who I'm picking, my first pick too. So
I still haven't decided my first pick quite yet. I will before it starts. We should post about a draft and do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something I will say too, back to like the diversity shown in Survivor, it has improved a lot and changed a lot because also how like women would be treated on the show. Not to mention gay people and gay people that were out. Yeah. It was very different. I mean, Richard Hatch, first winner ever of the show. Game changer. Yeah. Yeah. Literally. And I love when he talked about how winning the show, like, how was it phrased? Basically, someone was like, in the postseason interviews, like, what was the biggest thing that helped you in the show and helped you win the show? And he was like, my sexuality and being gay. Because in this world, I've gotten so good at learning how to hide certain parts of myself to be like accepted. And I've learned how to be a chameleon in that way. And it's almost like his insecurities that had made him such a strong, threatening player because he knew how to like conceal them well. Yeah. I was like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. That's
and sad, but cool. Yeah, obviously. Definitely. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's exciting to see how much the show has grown since that first season in both the strategy and like the social elements. Yeah. And that's something I always tell my boyfriend because I've gotten him into Survivor now is at its core, the reason that I love Survivor is that I feel like it's more than just a show. Like at its core, is it a product of entertainment? Yes. Yeah. But the journeys that the players go through on this show and the things that people learn about themselves, the things that I've learned about myself and the world and other people, like sounds really corny, but I really do feel like that. We've seen examples of that, you know, most recently on season 48 with Eva and talking about her autism, like all the way back to, you know, Sean Rector and Vesepia bonding over being the two Black contestants on Survivor Marquesas and feeling like they had to portray themselves a certain way because of the stereotypes that were put on Black people at that time. So like, it's changed. Yeah, I just feel like it's so much more than a show. It really is, as cheesy as it may sound when Jeff talks about it, like it's a microcosm of society. And like, you really get to see how people live, how people feel, how their interactions with others change them. You know, like talking about the gay element, one of my favorite players for a long time was Sierra Easton of Blood vs. Water and Second Chance and Game Changers fame. I
love her.
And one thing that she actually talked about in her preseason press for Blood vs. Water was not knowing how she felt about things like gay marriage because she was raised in a very conservative Christian household. But she played with a player on that season, Caleb, who, rest in peace, said that he changed her perspective on gay people because she actually got to talk to somebody and wasn't just listening to things that she heard from other people. So like that's a perfect example of how Survivor changes you and helps you learn things and teach other people things and learn more about yourself. And I think that's why it's been such an enduring piece of media for so long, is besides being entertaining, like wow, the stories that they're able to tell and craft and the things that America and the world is able to learn just by watching is fascinating.
It is so fascinating. And I think it's what does make it such a successful show, to your point, where like we don't even need advantages and idols and journeys to make it interesting because the people alone will make it interesting. Yeah. Like the mechanics of the show will always be fascinating, that you put strangers from different walks of life on an island who are hungry and competing against each other for $1 million, which now it should be, with inflation, it should be almost $2 million at this point. But just the mechanics of that make it so interesting because every cast will always be different. And I think the best players have to be adaptable because they can be like, oh, I know I'm going to play this type of game. It might be like Sierra. And then she's like, oh, I'm put with a gay person who's like, I'm not really exposed to that. Or someone of a different race or nationality that you haven't interacted with, or different languages, or someone from immigrant parents. We have like several players on this cast.
That's something I noticed.
Yeah. And so it's just, this is so stupid. I literally just got chills because it is so beautiful to see people be pushed out of their comfort zone and then come together as human beings and like support each other and uplift each other and root each other on in challenges or fire making or literally whatever it might be, or have to cry like when they vote each other out because they genuinely care about each other.
Yeah.
And I love that they're not on their phones.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I disagree with someone or they're from maybe a different like political party, or they live in a different, maybe they're from Canada. We have Canadian players now. It's like they just have a different lifestyle, and you might gather certain ideas or thoughts based on social media or what's online, but you just have to sit with them and get to know them as a person.
You have to work it out on the remix.
Yes, I love it so much. And rarely are there super contentious moments around things like that. I think most of the time people bond together as friends. There are some like enemies and villains and things like that, which we love about the show. But at the end of the day, like, people really just come together and they all have that thing in common, like you and your dad.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I want to make something clear for our viewers that may not be as attuned to Survivor. In spite of all this lovey-dovey talk, we need to make it clear. Survivor at its core is a cutthroat game of social manipulation, strategic acumen, physical exhaustion.
Deception.
And we love that part too. And we are very much looking forward to seeing how those elements of outwit, outplay, outlast play out on season 49, season 50, and all the future seasons that we're going to cover as well. So beyond it being this beautiful experience of learning and growth and self-discovery, you're going to see some fierce gameplay too.
100%. And like, that is something we love about the game. And this does have to be very clear. Villains are my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I live for a villain.
We wouldn't have the show without them. Richard Hatch was a villain.
Yes, I love him.
Alliances were viewed as villainous when the show started, of like, how dare you vote out the person that deserves to be here? And now,
it's like, what?
That's like the name of the game. If they deserve to be here,
sorry, we all do. Like, you just have to be more tenacious than the other, while also not appearing that way to be like too threatening. And that's what makes it so interesting and so hard to win and make it to the end. So it's just an incredible feat for anyone who gets to the end and wins the title of Sole Survivor. And we're going to share all of our opinions on this show. So this show, we're going to be dissecting every season. That's live. So we'll be watching it live and giving you weekly episodes about just the tea. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? How do we feel about it? Good moves, bad moves, predictions for what's coming.
Yep, tribe dynamics, potential plays that we wish would have happened. Literally anything. Jeff commentary, challenge commentary, beware advantage. Literally everything. We will spill all of our thoughts from two Survivor superfans. We'll also be doing, when it's off season, we'll be doing fun episodes just like our favorite players or certain advantages that we like. We'll go back and like recap seasons. If you want to join along for that, there's a lot of people that might not be exposed to Survivor until this show, which could be so cool.
Yeah.
Or you're just a fan that is like, maybe now you're getting the taste of Survivor and you're like hungry for that super fan community, then you can have it here.
Absolutely. Whether this is going to be your very first season with 49, you've been watching the whole time, new fan, veteran fan, we want to spill the tea with all of you. So we'd be happy to have you here at Queens of Ponderosa.
Yes. Before we close this like introduction episode, who are some of your favorite players or like favorite seasons?
I mean, like I said in my little spiel a bit ago, like season 16 is always going to have a very soft spot in my heart because it's the first season I saw live, and it had some of my all-time favorite players. Like, even now to this day, if someone asks me, who are some of your favorite players? I'm going to say Amanda Kimmel, Sari Fields, Parvati Shallow, which are the final three of season 16, which is absolutely amazing. The fact that they were all in a season together blows my mind. But I mean, I just love Survivor. Survivor China is another favorite one of mine. I really, really love Survivor Philippines, season 25. I was very much endeared to the cast of that season. I loved Survivor Second Chance because that was, I believe, the very first time that fans ever got to vote on anything that happened in the game. For season 31, we got to vote on who the cast was. There have been other things like they used to have like America's Favorite Player or Player of the Season, I think is what they called it, and we could vote on that. But I believe that Survivor 31 was the first time the fans voted on anything that happened in the game. And so voting for the cast and then seeing them picked live at the season 30 reunion and going to play is crazy. I've loved...
Well, and that's so fun because I didn't watch live. Like, I haven't watched them live until recently. You know? And so I love hearing that side of it where it's like, I haven't had that thrill,
the adrenaline flowing through my veins. Because, like, Survivor was going through a bit of a renaissance at the time because, for those of you that don't know, the mid-20s were a bit of a growing period for Survivor. Most people call seasons, I guess it's more like early 20s. Most people call seasons 21 through 26 the Survivor Dark Ages, with Survivor 25 being the lone shining star in that saga. And then starting with season 27, and especially with 28, Cagayan, the show was going through a bit of a renaissance. And Second Chance, like, capitalized on that of, like, look at all of these amazing seasons we've had recently. We're going to give you a chance to bring back some of your old favorites and some of these new stars. And seeing them all together is absolutely exhilarating. It's so crazy to see. But, I mean, I don't... Even, like, the really, really not so great seasons of Survivor, it's always a fun watch. So I just enjoy Survivor in general. I just absolutely love watching it. I've been rewatching certain seasons with my boyfriend right now, and he's been watching them mostly chronologically. And so it's very interesting to watch Survivor with somebody who is watching these seasons for the first time, because he has such, like, unique takes on it. And, like, the players he likes, it's just so fun to see, like, him develop that.
The Survivor virgins, they're so fun.
Oh, they're my favorite people. What about you, Alysha? What are your favorite seasons, players?
It's so hard. It's hard. I would say players... I mean, I love Kim. That's something I shared with you. Literally the first...
Queens of Ponderosa. Kim is the
Kim
queen.
is on there. And while I hated One World, really, like the rest of the cast... speaking of how far Survivor has come in treating women, like that season is horrible.
Yeah.
But I think Kim... Here's the thing, like, people either say Kim won just because it was, like, a walk. Like, it was so easy, whatever, like, no one else was real competition, blah, 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 blah. But I think she just manipulated it so well. She was so lovable and so likable, and I do think she was put with people where... I don't want to say it would be easier to win. Either way, she deserved the win, and she cooked that season, and I think she made it look so easy because she's that incredible as well. And she's just a... challenge beast, which I love. Like, I love Amanda for that. I love Parvati for that. I love, like, even the newer people like Lindsay and oh my gosh, who was with... Well, Dee won a lot as well.
Yeah, Dee won some immunities.
Was it Lindsay that was with Jonathan and kind of, like, always competing with him?
Yeah, they had their bitter rivalry till the end.
She always, like, stacked up with him. And while I don't love the Maria Charlie thing, Maria killed it in challenges. So I just, like, love seeing women go out there and do that.
Absolutely.
But Kim was super strategic and she made the moves that she had to. Anyway, I just love her, and she just ignited something in me. And now that I'm also divorced, and she, like, got on the show and she was recently divorced and all of that, I love seeing people go out there and be vulnerable and push themselves. Absolutely. Her eyes are stunning. Her body is gorgeous.
Her body's the tea.
Yeah. We love island hot people. Yes. I know we've talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, her and Chelsea on that season.
Crazy. The fact they looked like that, 39 Days on the Beach girl.
Yes.
Fierce.
So amazing. So amazing. I also love Michelle. And I'm still to this day just sad that she didn't get a single vote in season 40.
Yeah. It's a harsh reality.
It's a harsh reality. And we know there's just, like, dynamics behind the scenes that we're not aware of, but she's just incredible. I think she plays the perfect balance of, like, being under the radar but relevant and in the know and, like, being involved. And so I love her brain for that. I love Christian Hubicki.
So pumped to see him again on 50.
Like, I love him. I love Stephen Fishback and JT, like, their dynamic, and, like, seeing people that wouldn't really be friends on the outside world be best friends. Yeah, I love that. So yeah, and I love Kelly Wentworth. Love her so much.
Josh and I are watching season 38, Edge of Extinction right now. So
yeah.
we're deep in our Kelly Wentworth era.
Yeah, she's just an icon. So there are so many players that I just love. And I love Marianne from the new era. I love Venus from the new era. I love Q from the new era.
Yeah.
Like, they're just some Shan. I have a love-hate relationship with her, but you have to love and respect the game that she played. Anyway.
I think we need like a special shout out as well to Miss Angelina Keeley.
Yes.
If you're listening.
Oh my gosh.
We desperately need you on the show. This is an Angelina Keeley stan podcast.
Absolutely.
The most incredible person, the fiercest player.
I love her.
I love her so much. Angelina, if you're listening, please DM me on Instagram.
We beg of you.
I want to talk to you so bad.
Yeah, no, literally. I would die to do that. That would be, there's so many people we'll reach out to. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Favorite seasons, I love China just because it was
your first.
My first, and it was a really good season. It's up there for me. And I love Courtney.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Courtney Yates.
Yeah.
Courtney Yates, if you're out there, DM me
please.
on Instagram.
Are you kidding me? So I love that one. I love Heroes versus Villains. And I just I think it's so poetic that like a villain won the season. I just I don't know. I love that. I love Kage-on because Tony is one of my favorites. I named my dog after Tony.
You did.
I know. So I love that. David versus Goliath is like a big one for me. Fans versus favorites. There's just, and then New Era, like, I don't know if I could pick a favorite season New Era right now.
I think for me, it's a very easy 45. 45.
I get them so mixed up in my head. Who won 45 again?
45 is D.
Oh, yeah.
And 45 renewed my love of Survivor.
Yeah.
Because the cast was fierce. You know, we had 90-minute episodes for the first time. Like, I could not put it down.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say for the New Era.
I love that. I love Jam Jam's season though.
44 is also
yes,
beautiful.
44. Yeah. I need to refresh the numbers. Sometimes it's like all a blur in my head. I'm like, which season was that? Yeah.
Don't worry. If it's not already apparent, Alysha's here to be the beauty, the brawn, and the brains of the operation. And I'm here to provide Survivor trivia.
Oh my gosh.
That's my role on this podcast.
Oh, well, the outfit in our podcast is for me.
Yes.
The out gay is for
obviously
the one and only Taylor.
The one and only Taylor.
And then both of us outslay together.
For sure.
So we need each other. But Taylor knows literally everything about Survivor.
I do. It's a problem.
No, it's not. Not at all. So I love Jam Jam's season. I love him. I love Carolyn. She's one of my favorites ever.
Carolyn, you should have been on 50. You should have been there.
Do you think it has anything to do with her being on Traitors, though?
That's like what a lot of the online Survivor community thinks, but I just don't know because there were very credible reports that certain people made it deep into the casting process, and then Paramount, or I guess I should say CBS more specifically, stepped in and was like, we want to make season 50 an event, and so we want to bring back more familiar faces and like older players, which is why we are seeing some really I shouldn't say deep cuts because they're very popular. We're seeing a lot of players from older seasons that weren't necessarily talked about in the casting process for 50. So, you know, we've got Colby, we've got Jenna Lewis, we've got Stephanie. And I think a lot of people think that that's what ended up happening is we pivoted less towards one avenue and more towards let's get some of these big names back. So the Aussies, the Colbys, the Cerise.
And they'll be great.
Oh,
Rick
absolutely.
Devens, I'm really excited to see him play again. And we'll share our thoughts on the 50 cast a little bit later. But I'm like, but you don't bring back Carolyn, but you're bringing back, I'm sorry, like Joe and Camilla and Kyle, Andy. And I'm just like, what? And Tiffany? I loved Tiffany, but like, Carolyn should have been in there. I feel like Venus should have been in there. Anyway, we can talk about...
I was going to say, stay tuned. As soon as 49 is done, the first thing on our agenda is an in-depth analysis of the cast of season 50.
Yes.
So if you are a new Survivor fan and you want to get into it, now's a great time. Season 50 features 24 returning players, the biggest cast they've ever done from every era of the show, including 2 players from Survivor 49, which we do not know yet officially.
Officially. It's out there.
It's out there.
You can, if you want to know, you can know.
Officially, we don't know who from 49 is going to be on 50. And so very much an opportunity to get into the show and get connected with some of these older players that are coming back. We have the tea. And we will give it to you piping hot as soon as 49 is over.
Yes. So stay tuned on the Queens of Ponderosa podcast where we outfit, outgay, outslay. We want to have you along. We want to hear from you. We'll do like live viewings together too. We should do watch parties and stuff. Anything. But anyway, we love you guys.
We love you very much. Thank you for listening. Alysha.
Taylor.
The queens have spoken.
Period. The queens have spoken. Go out, slay, girls. We'll see you next time.